let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting LA Clippers. At shooting guard, Chris Dunn. At small forward, Norman Powell. At center, Ivica Zubac. At the other guard position, James Harden. At the other forward position, Kawhi Leonard. The head coach of the visiting team is Tyronn Lue. It's time to meet the starting five for your Cleveland Cavaliers. At the small forward position, standing 6'5", number 1, Max Strus. At center, 6'11", number 31, Jarrett Allen. At guard, 6'1", number 10, Darius Garland. The other forward, standing 6'11", number 4, Evan Mobley. Starting at shooting guard, at 6'3", number 45, Donovan Mitchell.
Welcome, basketball fans. It's Saturday afternoon, and you're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Zubac in at center. And for Cleveland, a lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. Mitchell and Strus are your wingmen. And it's Garland in at the point guard. Here's Zubac. Here we are, Brent, looking at this game tonight. Both of these teams certainly get after it on the defensive end.
Well, I'm touching your suit here, Kevin, and it looks like you got shoulder pads in there. You're going to need that. This game's going to be a grinder. It's going to be physical. These guys are going to bump each other around, and they play hard-nosed defense. So I would expect this game to not rise up in terms of the scoring column, and we'll see who's tougher tonight.
Leonard, no luck. And here's Cleveland. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kenny Atkinson and I got a chance to talk for just a bit. Now I asked him how they plan to limit the effectiveness of Kawhi Leonard. Coach said the thing with Kawhi is that even if you're able to slow him down offensively, he'll find a way to impact the game with his defense. He's one of the best two-way players the game has ever seen. So they won't have a moment's rest tonight, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Dunn shot's good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Hands it from downtown.
Well, Garland, a volume shooter right now from deep. He's capable of getting hot.
Stolen by Mitchell. Jumps up, and he elevates for the slam dunk. Chris Dunn did not like that.
A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
And so just over a minute and a half played. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
His first team foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
And the first one at the line is good. Greg, looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
Yeah, can't sleep on Powell defensively. He will step up and start to pour it in. Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
Garland finds Allen.
Such a strong defender. Zubats always can be counted on at clogging up the lane.
And there's Dunn on the assist by Powell.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Here's Allen. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Now, here's Dunn. Harden with a screen on Mitchell. Here's Dunn. The Cavaliers pull it in. A 3 from Strus. The rebound by Harden. Clippers trail by 4. Lobbed up there for Dunn. And Dunn with the slam.
Well, an excellent passer. Harden taking pride in finding an open teammate.
And here's Harlan for 3. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Clippers.
Number 55, Derek Jones Jr.
Up top, Powell. Outside, Jones. A 3 from Leonard. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Nice teamwork. The right guy ends up with the ball in his hands, and Kawhi finishes that possession.
Kicks it out to Allen. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Unable to get that one.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Leonard, no luck.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Now, here is Harden. Look at that.
Well, once Harden takes that first step, it's very difficult to stop his drive.
When you think about James Harden, he's had such an effect on the game. Brett, they changed the rules because of him.
Well, it's interesting, Kevin, because you can think about it a couple of ways. There was a system change for James Harden to try the system, and then, as James has said himself, he became the system. So leaning into all of the analytics of basketball, you have to have somebody who can represent all of the things that system would require, and it came in the form of the beard for many years. And that kind of offensive output is something that is going to be, we'll be hard-pressed to see that again, Kevin.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And the Clippers making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. .151 left to play in the first quarter. Powell, no one around him, gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Norman Powell really knocking it down here and hurting this team from distance.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets. I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Garland with the bucket.
Well, Garland's able to work around the defense that time. Pretty agile from the small guard.
Outside Leonard. To the middle. Here's Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Assistant.
Gives the team
Derek
such a
Jones
great
Jr.
element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
Hits it from three-point range.
For 3.
You see the competitor in Leonard matching the 3 from the other end.
Drives to the hoop, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
And this would be a terrible blow. Hopefully it's less serious than it looks.
Well, looking at his face right there, you can tell he's in a lot of pain, and there's a lot of trepidation right now on that team's sideline.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Pass to Jones. Bogdanovich dishes to Jones. Here's Powell, and that comes off the assist by Jones.
Assist goes to
Jones has got 3 assists in the game. Thompson finds Mobley, and here's Strus. This one for 3. Not going to go that time. Darius Garland has been leading the charge for the Cleveland Cavaliers. We witnessed him deliver. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
At the forward spot, it's Strus and Mobley. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. And it's Thompson in at the 5, down low. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. And that makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Strus's shot is good.
Sometimes it looks like for Garland, the game comes a bit easy, whether making plays for himself or others.
Lobs it up for Zubac. And Thompson sends it back. Now, here's Strus. Not a lot of room. Off on the layup. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. GA, you look how Garland can create for himself. Very good off the catch or the bounce.
It's so deadly off of those high pick and rolls because he can dribble into that 3. A playmaker that can do that is a headache. Garland knows how to create that space and get his looks.
Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
The only way he was getting to the hoop was to use the double clutch.
And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Pass to Coffey. Beyond the arc. The Cavaliers pull it in. They swipe it. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace, that's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. And Cleveland with another turnover here. A different look for the Clippers. Leonard comes in for Amir Coffey. And it's Ben Simmons in for Bogdanovich. Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And Simmons slams it in.
And look at the momentum Simmons gets on the drive, and he turns it into a huge slam.
Jerome passes to Wade. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. Shoots over Zubac. For 3, Hunter. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Dunn, wide open, he fires. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Cleveland's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Merrill can't hit. Los Angeles leading by 3. And Wade sends it back. And he recovers it. And stolen by Thompson. Wade with it, outguarded by Simmons. Got it. Good job in the low post. Merrill's got his first points in this one. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And Simmons kicks to Dunn. Back to Simmons. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And Jones slams it home.
You can't leave anyone uncovered around Simmons. He's fantastic at sensing when one of his guys has got some freedom.
Merrill can't hit. Clippers have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul.
Timeout, timeout.
That's his first foul. And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
That you know what to do. Show us your moves. Let's go. Keep it going. You must have left your dancing shoes at home.
Amir Coffey's checked in for the Clippers. Harden comes in for Simmons.
Give yourself a round of applause.
Pass to Coffey. And Jones has it in the corner. And he's good on the 3-ball. Jones has got 5 points so far.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he can afford to give.
And Jones slams it in.
Well, Harden in sync with his teammates, and he's looking to create whenever he can.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that, but Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
Takes a 3. Another 3 for Cleveland.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
And there's the call on Ty Jerome. That's his first foul for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Jones, and it's Powell in for Amir Coffey. Now here's Harden. He's guarded closely. And stolen by Hunter. 3-pointer. Merrill can't hit. And it's Harden with the ball for the Clippers. Pass to Zubac. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 6th assist on the night. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Wade outside. Cavaliers moving the ball around. Thompson finds Wade. Merrill with the ball. His 3-pointer's off the mark. 34 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Leonard and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
What a powerhouse move from Kawhi, getting right to the rim.
Pass to Hunter. Shoots over Powell. The Cavaliers again can't hit. An even 3-on-3 break. 16 feet away. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson passes to Merrill. Back to Thompson. Here's Jerome. Drills it from outside. Jerome's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Clippers ahead, leading by 3. A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Here with Ty Lue, good rhythm for your offense in the first half. What did you like about the start?
Moving the basketball, taking the right shot, making the right play. When we make the extra pass, we're a tough team to beat.
And you were sure tough in the first half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot. Oh, so close. So close. Give it up for the participants.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We're seeing a tremendous game here, guys, from Darius Garland.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
Let's get an update on Jarrett Allen. David, what's the status?
Kevin, I caught up with the Cavaliers' head athletic trainer. And guys, unfortunately, he has a collapsed lung. Obviously, that's very bad news. Unfortunately, he's going to be out for a while. This is an injury that takes some time to heal. That's tough news. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Was really hoping for better news than that, but that does not sound encouraging.
Yeah, we always think about when players go down, how terrible a blow it can be for the team. We wish him well and hope he's on the floor quickly.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We'll see Powell and Leonard playing the forward spots. Harden out there with Dunn, and it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So, pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA. Drills the three-pointer.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
The Clippers in the lead. Pass to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, get up, James. Talk about a guy who scores from all 3 levels.
And Thompson kicks to Hunter for the tie. It's hauled in by Dunn. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. The shot's good.
Boy, once he gets going like this, he becomes unstoppable.
Brent, Kawhi Leonard seems to be at his best. He is his most incredible when it matters the most.
Yeah, I think we sometimes tend to forget about how dominant Kawhi was in the performances at the biggest moments during the NBA Finals with his MVP awards, and it's mostly due to the fact that injuries have taken him away from those moments. But it's all in there. He is capable of dominating a game on both sides of the floor, Kevin, and I hope that there's another opportunity for us as fans to see him have one more crack at that, if not a couple more, before his career is over.
Wade passes to Jerome. Now Merrill. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Now here's Harden. Guarded closely. Powell, that's good. Powell's got 8.
I like that hoop from Norman Powell. Shoot it close to the hoop. Forget the long-range stuff. Make it easy on yourself.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Good on the bucket. And it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Tristan not worrying in the least about the defense that time, just powering through.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Jones checked in for Chris Dunn. Thompson no good on the free throw.
Tristan Thompson is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. So to do that, you can't be afraid to throw your weight around.
And it goes down 2 points.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Jerome. And it's James Harden with the rebound. Harden's got 5 rebounds tonight. And it's Sam Merrill with the foul.
Sam Merrill.
That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Puts up a deep 3. The shot, no good. Clippers leading by 6. Leonard draws the double. Here's Zubac. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Assist goes to.
And it's 6 points for Ivica Zubac.
Just too determined. Zubac finishing strong.
Jerome passes to Hunter. Wade from outside drains the three-pointer.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-pointers.
And there's the call on Ty Jerome. That's foul number 2 for him. For the Cavaliers, Mobley, he's checked in for Wade. Mitchell comes in for Sam Merrill. And it's Garland in for Ty Jerome. Jones, no luck. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Leonard with the steal. Good, Kawhi working near the hoop. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Clippers.
I like their defense today. We don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace, and that's produced some easy scores.
Garland dishes to Mitchell. Back to Garland. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Clippers leading by 10. Here's Leonard. A rebound by Mitchell. There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Mobley. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, you could tell Hunter knew he was open, did not hesitate to find him.
For the Clippers, Amir Coffey comes in for Leonard. And it's Bogdanovich in for Norman Powell. .35 seconds left in the third. Enzo Harden will bring it up for the Clippers. They've led by as much as 10.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
For 3.
12 seconds left to play here in the third. Stripped it away. Pulls up for 3. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. Wade out there with Evan Mobley. And it's Okeke in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
And they got to keep him off the glass. For a little guy, he can be a handful on the offensive boards if you're not aware of him.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups. Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
And here is Dunn, and stolen by Mobley. Garland looking it over. And a miss there on the triple. Clippers leading by 10. Here's Leonard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 22 points for Leonard.
This is how dominant Leonard can be. And once he finds his comfort zone, he keeps his foot on the gas.
LA's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And you want more of this from Mitchell. Good to see him moving the ball like that.
Leonard the pass to Coffey, and he slams it one-handed.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
And it's Jones, determined the assist from Leonard. Leonard's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, Leonard usually has humble assist numbers, but that doesn't mean he's not going to keep his eyes open. 2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Clippers leading by 13. And here's Leonard from 3. Knocks down the 3-ball. Leonard's got 25 points in the game.
Well, going back to his college days, this is one of Leonard's favorite moves, the simple pull-up off the dribble.
Another one falls for the Clippers.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And Mitchell's energy level is really impressive. He's someone that doesn't give up on possession.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. For the Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Dean Wade. Max Strus comes in for Evan Mobley. And it's Sam Merrill in for Okeke. And then for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Jones. Norman Powell comes in for Amir Coffey. And it's James Harden in for Bogdanovich. Harden against Garland. Harden dishes to Leonard. Dunn left side. Second shot opportunity. And it's good on the layup.
And Dunn is just stunning, dribbling the ball. So many moves and amazingly quick to boot.
Pass to Strus. Lets the three fly. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Harden the pass to Leonard. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And Kawhi is certainly one of the strongest players in the league at that position, just doing damage.
And it's Mitchell missing. Los Angeles leading by 20. Harden kicks to Powell. Lets it go from 14. The Cavaliers pull it in. Now, here's Strus. Mitchell passes to Strus. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got 4 assists now tonight.
Excellent pass from Mitchell. His teammates are so fortunate to have a guy to make them better. They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand. That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Harden against Garland. Pass to Leonard. Count that one. Leonard's got 11 points in the quarter.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
Launches a 3. Powell pulls it in.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Fires from 14. Harden's shot is off. The Cavaliers trail by 18.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Clippers.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kawhi Leonard.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
And even though he lacks the size of some of the other bigs, that extra effort has allowed him to do some serious work here on the board.
Here's Harden. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And what's remarkable is how complete Harden's game is. Making shots or making passes, he can create points in a number of ways.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Merrill gets the bucket.
Sam Merrill.
And so Harden will bring it up for Los Angeles. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much, Kawhi. The defense, of course, keyed in on slowing you down tonight, but your teammates stepped up. How important is that for you?
It feels great, you know. That's what a championship team is about. You know, when your star's not going or they double teaming you, then you got other guys knocking out big shots like they did tonight.
The others came correct, man, and you got the dub. Congrats. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.